My teacher, on June the 11th, 1972, in the Theology of Time lecture series, he said, quote, "I'm the little boy that challenged the world of science to disprove just one word I say." I'm going to say that one more time. Boy, he put himself down because he's talking to an arrogant jackass that thinks themselves to be so wise. All your wisdom is foolishness with God. He said, "I'm the little boy." He didn't say that challenge the dope pusher, challenge my little sister on the corner who's prostituting. He said, "I'm the little boy that challenged the world of science to disprove just one word I say. And if you're able to condemn me as being false on one word that I teach here, I will give you $10,000 out of my brother's vest pocket, and then I'll pay with my life for lying to you." You ain't got no teacher like that. All you religious scholars and scientists, you don't have a teacher like that. He said we must not lie in this day. It's the end of this world. So since they have been the master liar, we must not become any minor liars in it. I'm going to say it again, because I'm looking at a bunch of minor liars. And I don't want to hear no damn bearing witness to God. I'm talking straight words. But I didn't say it. See, I don't have to say things to please you in your ignorance. If I said it, you should have said, "Damn right." In the Bible and in the Quran, there were times when the man of God would call out the Baal prophets for a showdown. I mean, God's a man. He has an inside scoop with God. told the false prophets, hey, put some wood on the altar there. I want you to call on your God and bring down fire from heaven. Just a little showdown. And they called, no fire came down. He said, well, I tell you what, put some water on the wood. Get some more water and put it on the wood. And then his God, the God of Elijah, sent down fire from heaven. But it didn't stop there. Because since they wanted Elijah dead, when they couldn't bring the fire down from heaven, he told his disciples, take them down by the river and kill them all. Oh my God.
During the Carr Fire in Redding, California.
An event like this, we're talking about, there's only a handful of these documented in history.
He says when the data started coming in, he was blown away by the power this vortex possessed.
It's right in the base of this thing. It's basically consuming everything. But the intensity of the winds were so strong in this event, even outside of the region where the fire was burning, we're seeing significant wind damage.
The Lake Redding Estates, this is a little community within the city limits here of Redding. It's also an area where that fire tornado ripped through this community here. Many homes burned, some of them just torn apart by the severe wind here. Obviously someone was trying to put out some flames there. That's a third one. It's like another helicopter taking off here, getting ready to dump a load of water up there.
This fire is out of control. If you live near the Sacramento River between Eureka Way and Keswick Dam, start packing now. CAL FIRE says this is a wildly unpredictable fire that has consumed nearly 29,000 acres so far, and more than a dozen homes have already been destroyed. There are also reports this evening of people being trapped, hospitals being evacuated, and widespread power outages across Shasta County.
To the fire tornado, 1,000 feet, the size of 3 football fields, with winds ranging from 136 to 165 miles per hour, some of the worst in California history, and peak temperatures of 2,700 degrees. The aftermath captured by KPIX cameras.
This is not the first time this happened.
About the wicked storm that roared across Shasta County and into Redding last week, a freak of nature, the Fire-nado.
Well, more than a quarter of a mile wide, rising some 16,000 feet into the air, churning across the ground for as long as 80 minutes, whatever you call it. The firestorm that burned into Redding last week was not something we see very often. We're at a loss for words. An EF3 tornado on the Fujita scale.
Very, very impressive wind speeds, estimated to be in excess of 143 miles per hour.
I was up in Redding Friday morning, and when the sun came up, I found myself just west of the river, and what I saw sort of stopped me in my tracks. I've seen a lot of fire aftermath, but the way the ground was blown smooth there.
As far as whether or not you classify that as a tornado or just a really intense fire whirl, but again, they're deadly, and it's very unfortunate what happened up there.
Super serious situation right now. We need to demand answers. Now, last night, then you can see the shadow. Now, I can't do this a minute at a time. I can only do 15 minutes at a time. And you can see what appeared to be a rocket lifting off or some kind of projectile that flew up and comes down to Earth. You can see this really dark mass that's going off the direction of what we've seen fall out of the sky. So definitely completely different color. And back down, it's real white. Now, if that was just fire smoke, that would have kept on billowing up. That's something that fell back down to the ground and then disappeared into the smoke. So there's something going on here. And this started at night, which we can't see the flames.